Monday fit, black turtleneck, paired with some baggy black slacks. All that matters is what I look like from here on up. So I'd say we're ready to go. 3, 2, 1. The college hockey season is alive. Happy Friday. Got the white band slip-ons.
Got some good news to report today?
Yes, college hockey.
No. Better than the negative stuff.
Yes, that's true. Up working around 11, got home, cried until about 2:15, woke up at 8:30, made breakfast, got ready for work, and here we are. If I could, I would turn my car around, go home, cry a little bit more. Dodgers dropped game 1 to the Giants in the NLDS. I'm just kidding. That's not the root of my emotion. What's so contradicting is I would argue that I've had a lot of success this week in regards to my job and what I wanted to accomplish, but emotionally I have not been doing well. There's one thing for certain. Today there's no room for emotion. There's only room for 100% focus, because the Saturday sports slate is insane in the best way possible. Means that there's a lot of awesome coverage I get to do, but I'm going to take the rest of this drive to put the emotions I'm having in my back pocket, and they'll either completely go away amidst a busy work day, or I'll just have to pick up how I'm feeling in exactly 12 hours. It's my weekend, finally time to unwind after a long work week. But before I can truly relax and find that bliss, I have a lot that needs my attention that has accumulated as I've worked this week. I'll bring you through what a day off amidst the busy season looks like for me. First off, I painted my nails, which has already been done, obviously. I don't know how noticeable it was in my last videos, but my nails were incredibly chipped and grown out. My toes are also the same color. Next, I have a pile of laundry in my room that needs some addressing. The entire apartment, I'd say, needs a nice clean, dusting, floors being mopped, and so forth. After that, time to hit the grocery store, because amidst my work week, I ran out of groceries and I haven't had too much food to eat. Also plan on having dinner ready by around 4. It's 2:28, so flirting with the devil on that time frame. Also in the last week, I've made a few, I think literally 2 touches to increasing the overall Halloween fall theme in the apartment. Outside, I added these orange knit pillows. And then in the entry area, the flowers that were previously in this glass vase died, so I added some cinnamon witch's broom sticks. So let's get to it. First stop is the store, and then the rest will follow. Made it back from the store. Got avocado toast spread, nice long thick chunks. Garlic for tonight's dinner. Pumpkin waffles. Oat milk. Butter also for tonight's dinner. Cauliflower florets for tonight's dinner. Got some pizza dough. Got some shredded hash browns for breakfast. Got some heavy duty chicken thighs. Also for tonight, olive oil. It's Spanish organic extra virgin garlic flavored olive oil. And tonight's dinner, boneless pork tenderloin. So we're gonna marinate that, season it up real good, and we'll have ourselves a yummy Tuesday night meal with opening night of the NHL. I'm gonna first marinate the pork tenderloin, and then while it's marinating, start one of the tasks that I need to accomplish. Probably start with cleaning the kitchen, and then after it's marinated for as long as I can possibly do it, because the preparation for this meal was not adequate, then we can begin the cooking process. And I'm a little bit limited on marinating ingredients, so I'm just gonna do olive oil, salt, pepper, and go from there. I think I'm noticing with pork of large sizes, the smell is kind of bad, which obviously could have its reasonings. But this one, it doesn't smell rotten by any means, but it doesn't smell smellless, if that makes sense. Like when I was at my boyfriend's friend's cabin, one of our meals was like a huge setup of pork ribs, and they smelt really like, not foul, but just not what like chicken smells like when it's raw. So we all thought that it was old, but it was like an expensive rack because of its quantity from Costco, so you can't just like toss it. But this smells exactly like that, and this is nowhere near expiration, so I think it's just a pork thing. So we're beginning to marinate. It says about a cup of olive oil for the marinade, so I'm just gonna drizzle some on. This looks gorgeous. Like when they say pound out your chicken so it cooks better and evenly. It's kind of what I'm doing. The philosophy behind the finger stabbing and caressing and rubbing that I'm doing to this pork tenderloin. This is going to be seasoned to its core for the actual cooking. So once again, this is just the marinade. I'm going to set that off to the side and begin prepping the bowl that will have all of the seasonings it'll cook with. That will include this fresh thing of garlic I got. We'll get a couple cloves off. This is called garlic buttered pork tenderloin. So we're going all in with the garlic. That beep was the oven already preheated at 350. But I didn't consider the fact that it was probably in my best interest to marinate it. So the cooking process has slowed down. That's supposed to be done overnight, but I rather give it a little bit rather than none at all. Growing up, whenever I would sit in the kitchen while my grandma cooked, I was always the garlic mincer. And she would praise me and say, "Oh my gosh, you're such a good cutter." And then looking back, it's like, she's so kind, because I'm sure she could have done what I did in an eighth of the time. But typically on a night where I'm off and I have dinner cooked, we'd have Ted Lasso, Squid Game, Bachelor in Paradise to watch, because those are the nights we can catch up on all those shows. But we already finished all of their finales, which, now that I think about it, came at the perfect time, because the NHL begins tonight. I don't know when Game 4 of the NLDS is between the Dodgers and Giants, but it could potentially be tonight. I don't know. I have no idea. Game 3 was last night, so I don't know if it's back-to-back tonight. But I'm so excited to watch the broadcast on ESPN now that they have rights to the NHL again. It's going to be so much fun. Garlic is cut up. I did about 2.5 or 3.5 cloves. I'm gonna add in some 21 seasoning salute. It's just a seasoning combination that I got from Trader Joe's. It has a bunch of spices, garlic, carrot, orange peel, oil of lemon, all the spices you could possibly think of. Also gonna do some garlic salt, which it's all beginning to feel redundant, and I don't know if that's the best move. Gonna do some pepper, kosher salt, and just because I have these breadcrumbs, I'm gonna add some in. I can't imagine it would hurt. These are from the recipe where I tried to recreate Raising Cane's. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Put a decent amount of breadcrumbs, so I'm trying to uncover all of the seasonings I put in. we're gonna try the seasoning blend. That was kind of gross what just happened. But this meal isn't for strangers. So I next have to roast these or get them prepared to be roasted. This is now for the cauliflower florets. Add some garlic, olive oil. Open this up. I just like every 5 minutes while cooking, double check all the ingredients to ensure I'm not cooking anything that is harmful to my boyfriend's allergies. Okay, some salt. Oh God, okay. Let's act like that didn't happen. I think I'm gonna toss them just because of that concentrated garlic salt drop. Toss, 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 toss. Okay. Yum. So these are also ready to pop in the oven. It's only been about 15 minutes that this has been marinating. And I think that's what we're gonna call it. And put on the blend and then pop it in the oven. I just took a peek at the recipe, and once it's done marinating, I'm supposed to pan sear it on the stove to lock in the exterior and make it golden brown so that way the juices stay inside while it's in the oven. The diameter of this pan isn't equivalent to what I need, but we're gonna make it work. Oh God, I'm gonna fix some of this. We need aluminum foil. Put our seasoning on it. Now we're cutting up butter to put on top for it to cook. This is gonna be tasty. It's unsalted butter, so I guess I don't mean tasty, but it should have the texture that we're going for. The sun just popped out. It's been gloomy today. It's a sign. Pre-cooking. Okay, overall I have to be pretty content with at least like the living room, kitchen, and floor cleaning and dusting everywhere. So I think I can just like pick up the bathroom tomorrow and then I'll do my laundry at some point tonight. Okay, I just looked up the picture on the recipe I followed, and hers is literally like brown. But then she also said it's okay if it's pink as long as it's 145 degrees, which there's no way of me to know. I'm just gonna put it back in for a little bit. Can't hurt. Last night took a brutal turn because I started getting really bad tummy cramps and didn't feel good. So now I'm trying to liven up again to get the rest of the things I need to get done on my day off. Hopping over to the grocery store because tonight we are making mac and cheese pizza. Good evening. Tonight we are making mac and cheese pizza and rainbow confetti cake because I have some intense cravings tonight. We first have to make mac and cheese from scratch. And then once that's done, we can put it on the pizza dough and then pop it into the oven. Got some cheese that I'm gonna cut up. I'm following a mac and cheese recipe online and then moving that mac and cheese over to the mac and cheese pizza recipe. I have yet to buy a cheese grater, so we're gonna use a peeler. We're all grated and now we're gonna start making the mac and cheese because the pasta is ready. So melt butter in a large saucepan. The butter is a half a cup. Jeez. Perfect, one of these is 1/2 cup. Half a cup of flour, now we're gonna whisk. The mixture will look like wet sand. Cook for 1 minute, whisk often. Slowly pour in about 2 cups of the milk and half while whisking. This really does look like wet sand. It looks super bizarre. 1 cup milk. Then we'll do 1 cup of half and half. So it says to go ahead until it's very thick, which is hard to imagine because there's a whole lot of milk. So once it's thick, it should almost be the consistency of a semi-thinned out condensed soup. So the recipe says to put 2 cups onto the crust, but I'm just gonna fill it up to whatever makes sense. This dough is really good at getting nice and thick. So I'm gonna add in a lot of mac and cheese. And then I'm going to sprinkle on some more cheese on top. And then we're throwing it in the oven at 450, interestingly enough, for 7 to 10 minutes. So this is gonna be one of those that right when I pop it in the oven, I have to get like the table set and get ready to go. While the pizza's cooking, we made the funfetti cake mixture. Gonna grease the pan. This is gonna be a bomb.com dessert because I've been craving it since yesterday. The pizza's done. Okay. Ready for its glory. Ooh, baby.